Hey, I never do this, but can I get your autograph? Been following you for a long time. Sign right there. I just love the smell of fear. What's the matter? Lives flashing before your eyes?
It's said that a cat has 9 lives, but Puss in Boots isn't ready to live his last one. Puss is a talking cat with a huge fan base around the town. Tonight he's throwing a grand party, and all the citizens have gathered to get a glimpse of him. Puss thanks everyone for coming and performs his song. Everyone sings and dances along with him. They call Puss the fearless hero, as he never hesitates to face a challenge. The audience is having a great time when they're suddenly interrupted by an old man, the real owner of the mansion. Furious to see Puss hosting a party without his permission, he orders his guards to catch the notorious cat. But Puss isn't afraid at all. He's got a bunch of smooth moves to counter their attacks. And above all, he's vibing to the beat of the music. What happens next is something no one expects. The loud music awakens the forest giant. Enraged, he starts capturing the citizens. But there's no need to worry. Puss in Boots is here to the rescue. The giant throws Puss around several times, but the fighter cat doesn't give up easily. He tricks the giant with his sword and knocks him to the ground. Everyone cheers and thanks Puss for saving them. Puss is happily soaking in the compliments when, suddenly, the broken bell falls on him. He falls unconscious and wakes up in a clinic. The doctor examines him and advises him to retire from his fearless adventures. Puss isn't afraid of dying. After all, he has 9 lives. But how many does he have left? This question makes Puss recall all the times he's died before. Once in a bull race, another time in a casino, a third time by jumping while drunk, his 4th and 5th while doing stupid challenges, the 6th by eating allergic food, the 7th while baking, and the 8th today, crushed under the bell. Puss is now living his last life. The doctor tells him to live safely, but Puss wants to remain the fearless hero. Later that night, he visits a bar where he encounters the big bad wolf, who wants to kill Puss for a bounty.
Hey, I never do this, but can I get your autograph? Been following you for a long time. Sign right there.
Puss prepares to fight, but his moves are useless against the powerful wolf. Soon, the poor cat is thrown to the ground. For the first time in his life, Puss feels terrified.
I just love the smell of fear. What's the matter? Lives flashing before your eyes?
He runs away in fear, something he's never done before. Realizing he can no longer be the fearless hero, Puss buries his costume and rushes to a cat shelter. There, he meets Mama Luna, a kind woman who runs a foster home for cats. She gladly takes Puss in, but he isn't happy. He's not used to eating cat food and meowing all day. However, with time, he learns to adjust. One day, while eating lunch, he meets another talking cat, actually a dog named Pero, disguised as a cat just to have a place to live. Pero is overjoyed to meet Puss and follows him everywhere, though Puss isn't interested in making friends and wants to live his last days peacefully. Unfortunately, his enemies aren't done with him. Goldilocks and the 3 bears are also after Puss. They break into the shelter searching for him, but fail to recognize him without his boots. The baby bear finds the place where Puss buried his costume, and they assume he's dead. Goldie then talks about the wish-granting star. She wanted Puss's help to find it. That star can grant any wish, and hearing this gives Puss new hope of regaining his 9 lives. He digs up his boots and sets off to find the wishing star, with Pero following him like a loyal puppy. The map to the star is held by a man named Big Jack Horner. He owns a collection of magical artifacts, and his next desire is the wishing star. He wants all the magical power for himself. Puss sneaks into his room to steal the map but runs into an old acquaintance, Kitty Softpaws, who's also after the map. While the 2 cats fight over it, Goldie and the bears break in. Jack gets furious at the interruption, and chaos erupts. Puss and Kitty escape to the factory area. Kitty snatches the map, but Puss gets caught by the bears, who throw him out. He lands on a carriage with Kitty already aboard, and Perrault is there driving it. Goldie and Jack's men chase after them, but can't catch up. Before leaving town, Puss spots the big bad wolf in the crowd, sending chills down his spine. Meanwhile, Jack prepares to hunt Puss down again. The magical map gives clues about the dark forest, a place no one dares to enter, and those who did never came back. Puss, Kitty, and Pierrot head toward it, though their enemies are close behind. When they reach the forest gate, a mysterious portal transports them to another dimension. Surprisingly, the dark forest isn't dark at all. It's vibrant and colorful. Kitty unrolls the map and finds 3 different paths, one for each of them. Puss and Kitty's paths are filled with danger, while Pierrot's path is calm and safe, reflecting his pure heart. Kitty lets Pierrot hold the map, and they follow his route. Along the way, Pierrot shares his sad yet innocent story. As a pup, his friends tried to throw him in the dumpster, and even tied him in a sack and threw him into the river. But Pierrot, being pure-hearted, never realized their cruelty. He still believes they were just playing with him. Soon they reach the Pocket of Posies, a beautiful field of giant roses. Puss and Kitty get trapped by the flowers, but Pierrot remains unharmed. The flowers mirror one's behavior. If you're gentle, they'll be gentle too. Following Pierrot's lead, Puss and Kitty manage to escape the field. Meanwhile, Goldie and the bears are also following them but get attacked by Jack. Afterward, Jack enters the Pocket of Posies and burns the flowers, showing he knows nothing of kindness or gentleness. Next, Puss and his friends reach the River of Relaxation. Kitty trims Puss's overgrown beard and gives him a knife as a weapon. Feeling confident, Puss tosses away his stick sword, but Pierrot, being the silly dog he is, chases after the stick and gets captured by Jack. Goldie arrives too, and chaos breaks out again. Goldie grabs the map and tries to flee, but then Puss spots the big bad wolf among the trees. Terrified, he runs away. Pierrot follows him and urges him to open up. Puss confesses his wish to regain his 9 lives, but admits he can't tell Kitty, as she'd never trust him again after he left her on their wedding day. He regrets it deeply, but it's too late. Unbeknownst to him, Kitty hears everything. She waits for his confession. Later, when their journey resumes, Puss finally apologizes to Kitty, admitting he wasn't ready for marriage, and Kitty forgives him immediately, as she hadn't shown up to the wedding either. Meanwhile, Goldie opens the map and reads the message. It tells her to cherish the things she already has in front of her eyes. When she looks up, she sees an identical copy of their cottage. The map wants to show her that she already possesses what can make her truly happy. While she's admiring her blessings, Puss and Kitty sneak in to get the map back. The map's path shifts from Goldie's to Kitty's, and the ground breaks apart. Unfortunately, Pierrot is left behind on the wrong side. Puss grabs the map to change the path again, but this time, he gets trapped inside a crystal lattice. Kitty goes back to rescue Pierrot and tells Puss to find a way out. Pierrot is trapped with the bears and watches them quarreling with each other. He observes them closely, as he's never experienced what it's like to live in a family. He tells Goldie how lucky she is. His words make Goldie rethink her life decisions. Meanwhile, Kitty manages to pull Pierrot out safely. Meanwhile, Puss encounters his past selves from all 8 lives. Seeing them gives him the courage to keep moving toward the wishing star. But to reach it, he'll have to leave Kitty and Pierrot behind if he wants to continue living as the so-called legend. Puss starts questioning himself, but suddenly, he hears that eerie whistle again. The big bad wolf is right behind him. It feels as though death itself has come for him in the form of the wolf. Puss starts running blindly. He sees Kitty and Pierrot nearby but doesn't stop. He wants the wishing star desperately. Puss finally reaches the star and prepares to wish for his 9 lives. Goldie arrives too and tells the bears that she wishes for a real family. Her words break their hearts, but they still choose to help her find happiness. Kitty arrives as well and reveals her wish to have someone she could truly trust. She thought she had already found that in Puss, but she was wrong. Puss can't be trusted. He only knows how to run away. Saying this, she hands over the map and walks away in disappointment. Soon after, Jack, Goldie, and the bears reach the spot too. Everyone starts fighting for the map. It flies from hand to hand until it lands with Goldie. She's just a step away from making her wish. But then she hears Baby Bear crying. Goldie can't help herself. She rushes to save the bears. She realizes she doesn't need a new family. She already has one. Kitty gets rid of Jack, and Pierrot brings the map to Puss. He reminds him that 9 lives may sound wonderful, but 1 life is enough when you have good friends by your side. But Puss doesn't have much time to think. Death has arrived. The wolf steps forward, throws down his sword, and asks if Puss will fight or run away. The wish is in Puss's hands. He could reclaim his 9 lives, but is that what he truly wants? Puss drops the map and picks up his sword. He's ready to face death.
This is gonna be fun.
The battle begins. Puss struggles at first and soon loses his sword.
You really gotta stop losing that.
But then he remembers the small knife Kitty gave him. Using it, he shields himself and retrieves his sword. A surge of strength flows through him. He may have only 1 life, but he's ready to fight for it. The wolf walks up close, but this time he sees no trace of fear in Puss's eyes. Seeing this, the wolf backs off. The immortal cat he once wanted to kill is gone. In his place stands a whole new Puss in Boots. But the calamity isn't over yet. Jack returns after eating a magical pill, transforming into a giant. He snatches the map away. Perrault distracts him with his adorable puppy eyes, giving Puss and Kitty the chance to grab the map. With Goldie's help, they tear the magical map apart. The ground begins to crack and collapse, and everyone rushes out as the monstrous Jack explodes, along with the wishing star. Puss and his friends have learned to cherish the blessings they already have, without needing the wishing star. We all have only 1 life, so let's spend it doing the things we love. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.